Alright, hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a cool trick that you can use to save yourself from getting TLE in many problems in competitive programming. Now the problems that I'm talking about here are specifically those in which you are required to print a lot of lines on the output. Now this video is particularly for people who code in C++. This is because I'm not really sure about how the other languages like Java and Python handle the things that I'm going to talk about further in this video. So let's consider this question for example. You are required to print 1 on the output 10 to the power 6 times and the time limit is 1 second. Now many of you will be like, what is special about this? C++ already supports 10 to the power 8 operations in 1 second, so printing 10 to the power 6 lines should not be an issue, right? But here's the catch. The 10 to the power 8 operations that C++ supports are not input-output operations. They are simply elementary operations. And elementary operations are very simple operations like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and things like comparing two numbers. But here we are not concerned about the elementary operations. We are concerned about input-output operations. And input-output operations are very heavy compared to elementary operations and they take up a lot of time. So there are basically two most common ways of writing code for this problem. You can run a for loop for 10 to the power 6 iterations, and in that you can use the command cout1 endl, or you can use the command cout1 \n. Both of them will do the exact same thing. They will print 1 in a line and then the cursor will move to the next line in the output file. Now if you have been using the first command for all such problems that require you to print a lot of lines, then my friend, you've been making a big mistake. This is because even though both of these commands are doing the exact same thing, but the way that they work internally are totally different. And hence the execution times required for both of them are totally different as well. Okay, so I don't think I should keep you waiting for long. So these are basically the runtimes for both of the codes that we've written. And you can see the difference is significant. So just imagine you are in a competitive programming contest and there is a question which has Q queries, let's say, and for every query you need to print an answer in the new line. So even if you design an algorithm, which works in order of 1, or let's say your algorithm is designed in such a way that you have all the answers pre-computed and you don't have to spend any time in computing those answers, then also even just printing those answers will take up a lot of time, right? And you won't be able to do this in 1 second in case Q is up to 10 to the power 6, right? So yeah, my personal suggestion is to never use the endl command. You should always use the \n in case you want to go to the next line while printing. This is because when you get a TLE in a problem and the reason for it is because you are printing in a very slow manner, it would be very difficult for you to figure out what exactly is the problem with your code. And it is always said that prevention is better than cure, so why not always use \n instead of endl. Now for those of you who are looking for a reason as to why endl is so slower than \n, here is why. So when you want to move to the next line, and in case you use this endl command to do that, endl by default flushes your current line onto the output file. And this flushing operation is like very heavy. And similarly in case of \n, what happens is that \n is basically an escape sequence. It has nothing to do with the flushing part. So the flushing part is handled internally by cout. And cout optimizes it in such a way that for every 1000 lines, or let's say 2000 lines, it flushes the output only once. So it maintains a sort of a buffer, and when the buffer size increases to a certain limit, then it flushes the output just once. So you can see that the number of flushing operations that are happening in case of endl are way more than in the case of \n. So yeah, the time taken by our code is totally dependent upon the number of flushing operations that we are doing. So this is the reason why endl is so slow as compared to \n. So yeah, that was it for this video. Now I'm pretty sure that almost all of you will never have TLEs just because you are sort of outputting in a very slow manner. And in case there was something new that you learned from this video, do consider liking, and yeah, do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss any future updates.